Hey guys, it's Sasha. Yesterday, the SEC filed 13 separate charges against Binance and Changpeng Zhao, the fraudster who has stolen billions of dollars from the crypto bros, who will be all over my comment section defending the CZ guy and singing his praises. Binance and CZ are accused of operating an unregistered exchange, broker, and clearing agency, illegally selling US customers securities on Binance.com, appropriating customer funds, and commingling them with CZ's personal money. There are 136 pages in this lawsuit, and I have read them all because they are glorious. And I'm going to show you the very best bits because it really is worth it. The short version is Binance is way more dirty than FTX. And if caught, when caught, CZ is going to rot in prison for the rest of his life. The best bit is that this lawsuit shines a light on how this mysterious guy running a company with no apparent address went from nothing to multi-billionaire in 5 years. And the crypto bros defending this piece of shit suffer from a unique case of Stockholm syndrome, because the way that this guy went from nothing to having $10 billion according to Forbes or $27 billion according to Bloomberg is by stealing it from the crypto bros who for some peculiar reason don't understand this and think that he is some kind of a crypto messiah. But Binance and Mr. CZ are not the only degenerate lowlives being done over by the SEC, because a few minutes ago, as I'm recording this video, the SEC has also charged Coinbase. Now, Coinbase got off relatively lightly. They are only getting 2 major charges for operating an unlicensed exchange and for selling unlicensed securities. They will get screwed, and upon learning that the SEC thinks that Coinbase's entire business is illegal and the SEC wants to shut it the fuck down, the investors in Coinbase stock thought long and hard about it and determined that this is worth an 11% drop in the share price. But the Coinbase lawsuit is boring. The summary is SEC says you guys should be registered with the SEC if you want to sell securities. Coinbase says, but bro, crypto is not a security. SEC says, no bro, it looks like a security, works like a security, is sold like a security, has all the characteristics of a security, then it is a security. Coinbase says, but come on bro, crypto is like beyond the law. And the SEC says, no it's not, because I am the fucking law and I say so, so fuck you. And Binance, that case is way more spicy, because there it's not just a technical dispute on whether they are operating an illicit exchange and whether they are selling illicit securities. That stuff is not that exciting, relatively speaking. No, there are 176 pages of information on how Binance explicitly went out of their way to lie to the authorities, appropriate customer money, and fuck all of their customers by faking trading data. Because you see, in order to operate an exchange in the United States and sell customers in the US crypto dog shit, you actually need a license. And Binance pretended that they were going to play ball. They're going to go and do what is necessary by setting up Binance US. The problem is they never had any intent of actually playing by the rules. Starting in or around 2018, determined to escape the registration requirements of the federal securities laws, defendants under Zhao's control designed and implemented a multi-step plan to surreptitiously evade US laws. As Binance's chief compliance officer admitted, we do not want Binance.com to be regulated ever. And of course, there is absolutely nothing odd about a finance company wanting to avoid any regulation or any scrutiny from anywhere. This is perfectly normal and is in no way a giant fuck off red flag. You can see that on the tweet announcing this lawsuit, the SEC put a quote saying, "We are operating as a fucking unlicensed securities exchange in the USA, bro." I love that they literally quoted this, and this is because the Binance chief compliance officer literally said this in 2018. If you're wondering what will happen if the SEC should win this case, you should check out Part B of paragraph 19. The commission seeks a final judgment ordering defendants to disgorge their ill-gotten gains with pre-judgment interest. So the SEC want Binance to hand over all of the money they made from the US customers plus interest. And between June 2018 and July 2021, Binance earned at least $11.6 billion in revenue, most of which derived from transaction fees. And it sounds like they earned a heck of a lot more since then, so this one is gonna be expensive. But not only that, They want CZ to go to jail. I know what you're thinking. Nobody could possibly have predicted this one coming, right? Unless defendants are permanently restrained and enjoined, there is a reasonable likelihood that they will continue to engage in the acts, practices, and courses of business set forth in this complaint. And in case you're wondering how long this prison sentence is going to be, you should pay particular attention to the word permanently. And remember that Sam Bankman-Fried is currently on trial looking to serve over 100 years for doing the same exact thing. I will link this full document in the description, but some of the best bits relate to the fact that CZ fucked Binance customers by faking trading data and then gambling with their money, with the customers' money, just like FTX. Because CZ owns both Binance.com and Binance US, but he also owns these two companies called Sigma Chain AG and Merit Peak Limited. Sigma Chain is a trading firm that has exclusive access to Binance and acts as a trading intermediary, basically the third party that helps provide liquidity and complete transactions. But the slight problem is that CZ owns the platform and the third party who acts as the counterparty in the transactions. And there are three people in this equation, the customer being the third one. So according to this lawsuit, this Sigma Chain company engaged in wash trading that artificially inflated the trading volume of crypto asset securities. In a wash trading scheme, a trader buys and sells the same asset between or among his or her own accounts in transactions lacking economic purpose. Wash trading is not arm's length market activity and is not the result of market forces of supply and demand. Wash trading gives the artificial appearance of, among other things, increased trading volume, liquidity, and trading interest for the asset at issue. It may also artificially inflate the aggregate trading volume of the platform upon which the asset is being traded. The lawsuit says that Binance knowingly set this up, even though it is completely illegal. It means that Binance suddenly began reporting much higher trading volumes than what they were actually processing, higher than anybody else, which attracted so many new users to the platform in such a short space of time. They made the trading data publicly available to encourage people to use the platform by pretending that it was insanely popular. Exactly the same thing that FTX did. For example, on September 25th, 2019, the day after Binance.US platform opened for trading, wash trading between Sigma Chain accounts and other accounts owned by Zhao and or associated with Binance senior employees constituted more than 99% of the initial hour of trading volume in at least one crypto asset. By the end of the day, wash trading by these accounts amounted to nearly 70% of that same crypto asset's total volume. Between January 1st, 2022 and June 23rd, 2022 alone, Sigma Chain accounts engaged in wash trading in 48 of 51 newly listed crypto assets. Volume is important to investors in crypto asset securities in evaluating prices, including anticipated price movement, market activity, including demand and available liquidity, and market efficiency. As Zhao recognized, a successful crypto asset trading platform depends on its customers believing the trading and reported liquidity are not tainted by fraud. But even worse, this wash trading allowed Binance to artificially pump the price of these shit tokens, because every trading instrument has an order book, and if you control a large part of the total trading volume that costs you absolutely nothing to cycle through, you can easily go and set a whole load of sell orders above the current market price, then go and buy against your own sell orders, pushing the price upwards, and continue doing it as long as you need to, even though there is no actual net movement in the commodity, no actual interest other than the one that you are artificially generating. It also helps when the tokens that you are pumping sit on your own crypto blockchain, because this process then becomes completely 100% free, because all the fees that you are paying to dupe your customers end up in the Binance bank account anyway. The other company that CZ owns is called Merit Peak, and this company is basically the Binance equivalent of Alameda Research. You could not make it up, literally the same exact fucking setup. This mysterious company that has nothing to do with Binance but just happens to be owned and operated by the same guy. For example, Through accounts owned and controlled by Zhao and Binance, billions of US dollars of customer funds from both Binance platforms were commingled in an account held by a Zhao-controlled entity called Merit Peak Limited, which funds were subsequently transferred to a third party, apparently in connection with the purchase and sale of crypto assets. Merit Peak Limited is a crypto asset trading firm incorporated in the British Virgin Islands. Of course, why would you not set it up in an obscure tax haven far away from any regulations or oversight? Because paying tax on the money that you've stolen is a rookie fraudster mistake. Zhao is Merit Peak's beneficial owner, and several Binance employees conducted its operations. It has described itself as a proprietary firm trading with our owners, Zhao's self-made wealth, from the digital asset business. Merit Peak was an OTC trading service provider on the Binance.com platform and was one of the earliest market makers on the Binance.us platform. So the setup here is literally identical to FTX. The wording is pretty much exactly the same, and it would be extremely funny if it wasn't so fucking pathetic and disgusting. This entire crypto space is filled with these degenerate lowlifes stealing the money of people that they sold the promise of getting rich quick to. These fucktards belong in prison, and the sooner this happens, the better for society. CZ also owns this company called BAM Trading that is also a commercial partner of Binance and is also being sued. He appointed some random to pretend to be the CEO of BAM Trading because, that looks better, but BAM CEO B expressed concerns to Zhao about Merit Peak's and Sigma Chain's activity on a Binance.us platform. As he testified under oath, to the extent that these two liquidity providers were significant sources of liquidity, meaning that our customers couldn't, clear orders without the presence of those makers on our platform, I thought that was a real problem. It suggested that the company was in fact heavily dependent on CZ, not just as a control person, but also as an economic counterparty, and that is problematic, so I thought we needed to look into deplatforming them. BAM CEO B's concerns were well-founded. Merit Peak and Sigma Chain accounts were used in the transfer of tens of billions of US dollars involving BAM Trading, Binance, and related entities. For example, by 2021, at least $145 million was transferred from BAM Trading to a Sigma Chain account, and another $45 million of funds were transferred from BAM Trading's trust company B account to the Sigma Chain account. From this account, Sigma Chain spent $11 million to purchase a yacht. So yeah, these fraudsters have no shame whatsoever. They fuck their customers, steal their money, move it around their various companies registered in random Caribbean countries, and then they go and buy multi-million-dollar yachts. Given all of this information, it is perhaps not surprising that Mazars fired themselves from being Binance's auditor after everybody else decided not to even try. I am guessing once they saw all of this bullshit, or at least some of it, they realized that the initial report that they produced was based on fake data, so they promptly deleted it, and then they didn't want to share a prison cell with CZ for 100 years, so they turned around and walked right the fuck out of the building. Words cannot express how much I despise and absolutely, lividly hate people preying on the financially vulnerable. But these fuckers are even worse. They first find people with financial problems in financial trouble and sell them the dream of everything being okay, of making a lot of money fast. They pump the shit out of Fluffy Inu or whatever the flavor of the week crypto token is. They pump the price artificially high. They do it through their own trading. They do it through shit YouTubers, dump all of this dog shit onto their customers, collect all of their fees immediately, converting it into real money because you don't want to be stuck with all of this crap, then watch the customers squirm as the value of their investment goes to nothing, then promise them that they can make it all back on the next Fluffy Inu, rinse and repeat over and over and over. These disgusting scumbags deserve whatever is coming for them. This shit that buys them yachts has meant that real people suffer. In many cases, those people can't afford to buy food for their families, to pay for their bills. This is the kind of degenerate asswipe that will take the last dollar from someone in financial trouble and then send them out to bring back more dollars next month. And every fucktard on YouTube and on Twitter and everywhere else who was actively promoting all of this garbage and took the fat paychecks for doing it boy do I hope that they eventually get the SEC coming for them too, because all of this was patently obvious at the time. There is absolutely no way that anyone with more than 1.5 brain cells could have not seen this coming. So obvious that some people on YouTube did not take the stupid money from crypto exchanges and shit tokens to promote them to their followers. I know, who could possibly have put 2 and 2 together? I can only hope that karma eventually comes and explains to these maggots what life actually looks like and how it actually works, because while their followers all got completely fucked in all of this, they go and make videos about buying fancy mansions in Las Vegas with the proceeds.